We can't help feeling like there's something missing from our living room. And I don't mean a sofa, although we should have that sorted soon. We've currently got this big blank chimney breast that just takes up space. And although the wallpaper's pretty funky, everyone in the house is really excited about having a new cosy living room. But that sofa's really cleared out our budget. Can I actually create something that's worthy of our dream home without a nightmare price tag? Well, let's find out on this episode of Semi-Complete.
Hey, it's Pete here from Holden Works. Should we make a big haul? Well, actually, not this time. I already know that there's a piece of wood just behind here, so I think we can try something a little bit more refined. The main reason I wanted to do it like this was because I've never seen inside here before and just didn't know what to expect. And I certainly didn't expect it to be like that. But now we know what is there, we can decide exactly what kind of fireplace we want.
When I first started looking for fireplace ideas, I thought there'd be pretty limited options, but oh my goodness, there are so many different styles and shapes, and is that a fireplace in the bathroom? But after gathering my inspiration, there are 3 things that I now know. First, we're looking for something pretty simple and modern. Second, we're not planning to actually burn anything in the fireplace. And third, there is no amount of money you could pay me to put a TV on the chimney breast.
Alright, so even though we're still not quite sure exactly how the finished fireplace is going to look, I'm confident enough in the measurements that I've marked them on the wall and we can start removing the rest of this plaster on the inside. And I'm going to widen out this hole to actually probably a bit bigger than it needs to be. So then once I do decide on what the final design is, I'll have a bit more space to play with. Yeah, I did not want all of that to come off.
Hey! Oh, there was this.
So this is kind of the worst possible outcome, I think. Whoever has patched up this chimney breast in the past, instead of putting a proper lintel in, has just sort of whacked in some crap mortar. So I'm going to have to remove the loose pieces and try and stabilise them, and then I can put a new big concrete lintel in and work really slowly so the chimney breast doesn't just collapse. Because that wouldn't be good, would it, Arch? Not bothered, just wants to sleep. Right, I've cut my lintel down to the right length and very delicately I've made a space to put the lintel in on a little shelf in the fireplace. So I guess the only thing left to do is mix up some cement and get this thing in. Now I should say, I know not everyone feels comfortable with taking their chimney apart, and I'm happy to take the risk because it's my house, but if you're unsure of what you're doing, make sure you get some professional advice and don't just take the word of some rando off the internet. too shabby really, but if I'm honest, all I've really done is create a stable place for the actual fireplace to go. And I haven't really finished the design yet, so I better get back to that. Playing around with the designs a little bit over the last few days, and I think we finally found something that we're all happy with, so come here. After all that initial design research, I thought we'd end up with something like this, which is basically just a plaster shelf that blends in with the rest of the chimney breast. But on reflection, and by reflection I mean after discussion with Audrey, we decided we wanted something probably a little bit more interesting. And where we landed was here, which obviously isn't a million miles from where we started, but it just gives us that little bit of extra texture that we're looking for from our fireplace. And probably more importantly, it'll be easy to build. Which means I can get on with the fun part and actually start building something. The plan is to build a frame out of just regular scant timber, put a skin on the inside with this 10mm cement board ready for tiling, and then I'll build the actual fire surround with this 9mm MDF. Be back now. And we're motoring now. Still plenty to do though. Well, this is really coming on now, isn't it? I've gone through and I've filled all of the screw holes and the rest of the gaps in the wood. I've also trimmed off the faceboard around the hole, and I've prepped the inside ready for the tiles, which are on the way, but they're not here yet, which means I need to do the one job that I've been worrying about the most. But you'll have to wait for part 2 to find out how that goes. See you again.